Welcome to another Quantum Conversation, brought to you by AcousticHealth.com. I'm Loren Gailey, and I invite you to sit back as we enter the quantum realm, that space of the greater part of you. It is your connection to infinite possibilities, infinite potential, and infinite mastery. Welcome. This is a quantum conversation, and today we're talking about quantum health tools. And this is a really interesting device that is being used around the world, and it can actually deactivate viruses and parasites and give energies that may be deficient in our body, all to bring the body into balance. Let's welcome Boris, Aranovich, and Annette Grauke. Thank you both for being here. Welcome back.
Thank you so much for having us.
Hello, Lauren. Hello, listeners. It's great to be back. Today, we will learn all about the most amazing health check and health correction system on the planet. It's a system for the future, but available to you now. As usually, Annette will be doing all the talking. I hope you will enjoy the show. Thank you.
Thank you. A health correction system. So we were chatting, and this is really promising when we think about the ways that we can use this. And on our planet right now, with viruses and pathogens and parasites, this is able to be very helpful and effective. Annette, can you share with us how this can be used for some of those viruses that are out there?
Well, there are several ways of doing it. The system contains various programs, and you will do different parts for your body. For example, if you have a cold coming on, we have one part of the system that is called symptom analysis. And there you can just put in the symptoms you have, like a cough or a sore throat. And then you will get a list of those viruses and pathogens that are causing those symptoms in your body. And then very easily, we have this symptom correction part, which then just very quickly, in a few minutes, deactivates those pathogens. So you can get rid of a cold like in 3 minutes. It sounds too good to be true, but I have so many customers that have told me it's just amazing how they sit there in front of the computer, because it's a software system in your computer, and they can actually feel how the different pathogens are being deactivated and restoring their health back to normal. So that's one way of doing it, directly in the system with the help of the electrodes you have on your wrists. But what you also can do after this part, you will do the general correction, which will strengthen all the meridians and acupuncture points in the body. It's really, really fantastic. After that, what you can do, and we will talk about this later on in the show, is that you can put magnet strips on the machine or on the box that comes with Monicor. And those magnetic strips, you program with whatever frequency your body needs at the moment. So for example, when you first do the analysis, you will get a chart telling you which system and organs are weak. So you can choose to normalize, for example, the hormone system, the nervous system, the brain, the heart, a lot of things. Or you can go directly to a weak organ and want that to be strengthened, like maybe the liver. Maybe you want to detox your entire body. Maybe you want to strengthen your immune system. Maybe you want to increase the speed of healing an injury, a broken bone. Maybe you want to get rid of depression. Maybe you want help with sleep. So you have all those programs in this tool, in this box, in the Monicor system. And then you take those frequencies and you charge a magnetic strip or 2 magnetic strips, and it takes a few minutes to charge them. And then you put them on your wrists, on the inside of your wrists. on an acupuncture point on both parts of your hands, which is called the MC7. And this is a general acupuncture point which reaches your entire body. So you get a post-treatment, and this will help you deactivate viruses also. But also it can be used as a protection, and because it can strengthen your body, not only because by deactivating viruses and pathogens, you're giving more energy back to your body, so it's easier for it to heal whatever it needs to heal. So that's one part. But also it's wonderful if you can strengthen directly anything you need to strengthen in the body just by using the magnet strips. For many things, for example, just using the program called Normalizing the Immune System is wonderful. If you have pollen allergies, you could use that, and also you could use the program for allergies. So there is something for everything. It's such a comprehensive system with so much information. I would need like 2 weeks just to talk about all those things. But there are many different ways of helping your body with a system. So there's an analysis which tells you everything that's going on in your body, and you will see in pictures, in charts, in figures, exactly where are your strengths, where are your weaknesses. And then you will have a check on your pathogens. You will check if there are any viruses, any bacteria, any parasites, worms, whatever, active in your body. And then you will deactivate. And that takes only a few minutes. And then you will do the general correction. And then after that, you can use the magnet strips on your wrists if you'd like to increase the treatment, to enhance the treatment. And also you can check which supplements suit me, which brands of different magnesium is best for me, which foods are good for me, essential oils, which are those I need. So there's so many things in the system which we will be talking about today, and I will go into in more depth further into the show about each of these parts. So that was a very long answer to a pretty short question.
Well, that shows us the power and the magnitude of this device that is truly quantum. It's called the Monicor, and you've got some slides that you're going to present to us. It's very fascinating. Not only can this be used in our own lives, but this is a valuable and wonderful tool for health practitioners, for those who wish to start their New Earth business or their New Earth service. This is a wonderful tool. So we'll talk about that, but let's go into your presentation and learn all about this. It really is like frequency medicine and acupuncture frequencies.
Definitely. Spot on. Yes. Now we're going to go into more detail about this wonderful system that is really a system for the future, but available to you today. So let's dive right into this exciting and fun show. You remember that in the previous shows we talked about our other tools, and we talked about the smart breathe, how it can strengthen your lungs and breathing capacity, how it really effectively oxygenates the cells and the body, how it increases the stamina and energy levels, and how it strengthens the blood and the circulatory and the cardiovascular system, and also balances blood pressure. And we also talked in a previous show about the aquaton, how important the aquaton is if you want to harmonize the fluids in your body, because that will make your body much more strong, or much stronger and more resilient, because all the systems in the body will be able to function much more better when the fluids are structured and harmonized. And also when you structure your fluids, you are getting rid of inflammations quite effectively. And this is important because inflammation is very often the first thing that happens before an illness develops. And in our previous show, we talked about the Triomed, which strengthens the cell membranes and protects the cells in many ways. One way is it protects it from harmful EMFs. And the way it does so is that it restores the charge of the cell membrane And in this way, it can protect the nucleus and the cell's function. So all these devices, they work to strengthen the body's regulatory systems and all organs and systems, and harmonize the fluids, and helps the body to detox itself. And when all these things happen, the body is able to do all the healing and all the detoxing and rejuvenation on its own. So they are tuning forks. They are tuning forks for your body to restore itself to health and rejuvenation. And today, we are going to take this wonderful concept of the health concept of the future another step. So we talked about the other tools, and today we are going to talk about something that is also very important if you want to stay healthy and rejuvenate. And what is that? Well, what we also need is to make sure that our meridians are flowing with energy and that our acupuncture points are energized and balanced. And we have 12 symmetrical paired meridians and 2 unsymmetrical, the central meridians, and we have 746 acupuncture points. So we have to have the energy flowing in these areas, and that's very important, because if the energy is not flowing to the organs and the cells, they don't have enough energy to perform their functions. So in this show, we are going to tell you all about this wonderful system, a new system which opens up immense possibilities for human health and rejuvenation, and it's called the Monicor. It's an equipment for health checks and health treatments. So one of the first things it does, it scans your entire body, every single parameter you have in the body, and tells you the functional state of each organ and system, and also the body's stress level. So then, what is the Monicor? Well, over 60 years, scientists from different countries have been measuring the electromagnetic waves frequency spectra in the body's organs and body parts, and also in animals and other microorganisms. But the problem was that 60 years ago, it was not possible to gather all the data. But today, thanks to computers' larger memory capacity, it has been possible to systematically organize all the data that we need in order to do what we're doing today and what we are going to be talking about. So what Monicor does, it measures the frequencies and then performs very effective health checks of the body, of the organs and systems, and it can also discover microorganisms that are active, and then it performs the relative or relevant therapies. So it works on the basis of principle, and that is the basis of principle of resonance via frequencies. And this is the best way if you want to restore the body's function in a normal way, because it will not suppress or activate anything in the body. So it's a very kind way and very effective way if you want to measure what's going on and also apply relevant therapies. So the Monicor is a system. It's a software system that contains also information then on all kinds of frequencies, on pathogens, like viruses and bacteria, on the frequencies of different symptoms and organs, and on acupuncture points, and it tells you if there are enough energy flow in meridians, or which meridians are blocked, for example. So you get a software, and then you also get a box with a recording unit, and we will get back to that later. And you get the electrode clamps. So if you look at the picture here, at the bottom end, you have the unit here, and you have the different clamps. You have 3 different clamps, and also another electrode here. So I will explain a little bit more later on how you just use these things. Very easy. All the information everything is done by the system, so you don't really need to understand what you're doing more than just follow the icons. So then how does the Monocle work? Well, as I'm sure you know by now, each organ and body part has its own vibrations, and these vibrations are reflected on the biochemical state of organs. So if you have a problem in an organ, the vibrations in that organ will change. And via those changes, Monicor is able to monitor and then correct the physical condition of the body. So it reads the frequencies from the entire body, every organ and body part. It analyzes these frequencies by comparing them with normal values, and then it presents the health condition of that person. So if there are deviations from normal values, the device is able to correct the frequencies and improve or restore physical organs and body parts via resonance. And then just to explain resonance a bit further, it is when the system is reading the body's electromagnetic signature, and via electromagnetic vibrations or these electromagnetic frequencies, then treat the body with the correct vibrations. So it reads the frequencies of acupuncture points and can tell you which points are weak. And then what it does, it selects the weakest points and also correct these. So what happens is when this is done is that you get an optimal acupuncture treatment for your entire body without the needles. Yay! So it also provides you with an energy portrait in colored charts and figures, telling you where the weaknesses are in the meridians and in the acupuncture points and in the organs. And I will show you later how this actually looks in the system. So we all need that our cells, they need certain things in order to be able to produce energy. And the cell needs the correct information, it needs good nutrients, oxygen, enough water, of course, if it can, best structured water. Because we live in a world where there's a lot of stressors, and the body constantly needs to adapt to different challenges in the environment. It could be weather or other stressors, chemicals in our water, in our food, in our air. So it constantly needs energy in order to balance up, in order to stay strong. For example, if you have a lot of toxins in your food, your liver will need to have more energy in order to deal with those. And the adrenals, for example, need to absorb more energy to create adrenaline in order to handle stress better. So energy. It's all about energy and about how much energy we are helping our body to create. Because if we spend more energy than we create, that eventually will lead to illness or weaknesses. So it's very important to keep the scale on the green. So we are always creating more energy than we spend, because if we do so, we help the body to stay strong and healthy and also rejuvenate. So what Monicor does is that it shows you your energy level and your adaptation level. And your adaptation level, that is the resilience your body has against all kinds of challenges it has to deal with. So it shows you this in a very clear way. I'll show you later, because as you know, we're not just a physical body, we are also energy and information. And as I said before, every organ and body part has its vibrations, and those are reflected on the biochemical parameters of the individual organs. So this is important to understand in order to more easily understand why Monicor is working so well. So then, what can this amazing system do for you and your body, and how can it help you stay healthy to become healthy if you're not, and to help you rejuvenate. Well, and you know, the organs and body parts and glands and everything in the body is a network, and everything is connected. And the organs and body parts, they're all governed by our systems, the nervous system, the hormone system, and the meridian system. And they are all protected by the immune system. So you can imagine how important it is to have these systems strong and healthy. And Monicor then is able to correctly or to effectively correct all these systems, so they are always strong, because they are, you know, the ones that are governing a lot of the things that's going on in the body. So it's very important that the regulating systems are working well. And also, you know, the energy we get from the outside. I showed you this picture. The energy the cell needs in order to perform its functions. When it comes to the meridians, there's also energy from the cosmos, you know, and that energy is absorbed by the meridians, but we have to have the meridians unblocked. And the meridians are quite oftenly blocked by our emotions. So when we have negative emotions, we're angry, we're sad, we're depressed, upset, this easily blocks the flow of energy in the meridians, which will then impact the inner organs after a while. So it's important that the energy is constantly flowing in all our meridians. So Monicor then checks the flow of energy in your meridians and how the organs and systems and acupuncture points are receiving energy or not. What it also does, it can check which supplements or vegetables and fruits your body needs, because you know, you might be taking supplements and you don't know, do I really know this? So you can check with Monicor if, according to the resonance principle, it will tell you if this is a good supplement for you at that moment, at that time. And maybe you have, for example, magnesium. And there are so many different kinds of magnesium, the different brands of magnesium. So you could check which one is absolutely the best for you at this time. So it can do that for you. And if the organism has become weakened, you know, we talked before in the previous show about the aquatone. What happens is that when the fluids become unstructured, and there will be stagnations, it's very easy for bacteria and viruses to start developing. And so quite often, you know, we have microbiota in the body. We all have viruses and bacteria. And but sometimes when the body is weak and the immune system gets weak, these get activated. So what Monicor then does, it can read most viruses and parasites and bacteria's frequencies, and it can check if any of those are active in the body, and if so, it deactivates them in only minutes. And this is so amazing. I can tell you a couple of years ago, just before I got the Monicor, or just when I had the Monicor but didn't know how to use it yet, the family got pneumonia. And we went, of course, to the doctor, gave some antibiotics. It didn't work because they didn't know which viruses or in this case, bacteria was active. But then I got the Monicor, and I could actually see exactly which kind of bacteria was active, and I deactivated them. And I didn't take the antibiotics anymore. And I check regularly so that my family don't get these pneumonia bacteria active. If so, I just deactivate them, and it takes only minutes. And we have many customers who are using this in a preventive manner to help, to stay strong. So there are many different functions in the Monicor system, and this is just one of them. So what it does, and it told you before, it measures it reads the frequencies of acupuncture points and show you which points are weak. So it can give you this wonderful optimal acupuncture treatment without needles. And it does so by finding if you have an actual symptom in the body. And then it calculates which zones or acupuncture points need the treatment. It's a very sophisticated system with immense amount of information. And it can also analyze other kinds of treatments in real-time mode. So for example, you are using the aquatone on, let's say, on the liver, and then you can measure the effects of the aquatone on the liver afterwards with the Monicor, also simultaneously when you're doing the corrective treatment. So it's actually funny because it tells you, the system tells you if you're doing a treatment just before you're doing the Monicor, it will tell you, aha, you just did a treatment. So it's a very sensitive system too. But if you're doing any kind of you know, therapeutic other massages or essential oil therapy, etc., so you can measure the effects of other therapies as well, which is really wonderful for therapists, because they can see which therapy is actually working effectively for my client. And they see it black and white. It's just there in figures, in charts, in colors, tells you what does the patient need, what does the patient not need. So this is a system that has been integrated in the Russian healthcare system for over a decade now. And it has also been used by Russian astronauts because, you know, they don't want to take any meds. So this is a wonderful way of restoring the body's frequencies to a healthy state without having to add anything to the body. And it has been awarded a lot of prizes and awards. So, and it will also have a European certificate of safety. Because there has been no side effects of these treatments during these years. Because what we're doing is that we're storing the frequencies, the healthy frequencies of the body in the organs and systems and the acupuncture points, and we're restoring the energy flow in the meridians. And by doing this, the body is doing the healing itself. Again, it's an amazing tuning fork for the body. So this is just to show you what happens. There are different stages when you use the Monicor. First, you do the differential diagnostic evaluation. Then you do, for example, the stress test, which is when you want to see if you have any pathogens, any viruses or bacteria active, and then you deactivate those. And after that, you do a general correction, and after that, you will do general analysis. So this picture shows you the picture you get just after the initial differential diagnostic evaluation. And it's a lot of information, and every page you get, you have a lot of information. You can click on almost anything and you will get an explanation of what it is. For example, we have this round circle here, yellow. This shows you your adaptation potential. That is your ability to resist or to stay strong against challenges, against stressors, against toxins. So this shows you also the energy level of your body. And this is a scale from green, then to yellow, then to pink, then to red. And you want to stay in the green. So this person has an average adaptation potential, you could say. And you can also see the emotional tonus of the person. In this case is high. This is Swedish here. And you can just press click on this one, for example, and you will see an explanation what the emotional tonus actually means. You will also get the psycho-emotional state of the person. For example, here is a balanced state. It will tell you if you have if you're on borderline to some stress condition or whatever. And here you will see the status of the nervous system of the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous system. And in this case, the person's sympathetic, that is the activating part of the nervous system, is stressed. So what then you will do the corrective treatment, and that will usually balance it. And there are other things you also can do to balance the nervous system very easily. So just to show you a little bit more what you can see on this page, if you click on this one, unfortunately I can't click directly because it's not live. The picture is just a still picture. But when you click here, you will see the balance and the stress level of your brain hemisphere. You can see how much energy you have in the different brain hemisphere and how they are related to each other in regards to how much energy they have or if they are stressed. If you press here, you will get your biorhythms. You will see in a chart in wave forms when your different biorhythms, that is your physical state, your intellectual, your emotional, your intuitional, your mental, when you are peaking or when you are at a low. So you can actually plan. Let's say you have a competition coming up, an athlete's competition, and you want to make sure your biorhythm on your physical level is on a high or is strong. So, or you have a math test and you want to make sure that your intellectual level is on top that date of the test. So this is a wonderful tool to plan ahead a bit. You can see, you know, the month ahead where you will be certain dates. And also here you can run different systems. There's so much information. I'm not going to go through it all right now. And this is the same also after a differential analysis, differential evaluation. The first evaluation you do, and another person, she had a pretty low adaptation potential. She's down in the pink, and her nervous system, in this case, her parasympathetic nervous system, is the one that is has too much energy, and her vegito-emotional state is low. So here we can see also on this one, on the circle over the inner circle here is the organs. For example, this is the heart. So it shows she is stressed. She has stress in her heart. It could be in the heart arteries. It could be on the heart wall, in the heart muscle. And you will get the specifics later when you do the analysis where exactly the stress is. So here, for example, her lungs, she needs a lot of energy to restore the capacity or the function of the lungs. And you can see this, for example, is the liver. And when you click on all these, you will get a picture, and you will have, you will see the organ and where it is located in the body. So pretty much everything you click on, there is a description. And when you have done several treatments with a Monicor, you can compare the values, and you can see how the parameters are moving forward, how you are getting better and better. And you can see that you can see the changes. For example, this is just the first picture after the differential analysis, the first step. So this person then has all these different changes, and it's always in real time. So it's a good time to do the same time every day, because, you know, the body is always in constant motion, and so it's good to do it pretty much the same time every day. And also here, what you can see is when you have done the general correction. So you do the first, you do the differential evaluation, you find out the actual status of the body, and then you do the stress test, and you take out eliminate the viruses and bacteria, and then you do the general correction. And that means you're going through all your meridians and acupuncture points, and you're getting these acupuncture treatments without needles. And this will re-energize your meridians and your acupuncture points. And when that one is done, this picture shows up. And here you can see every organ, the stress level, for example, when we look at the stomach, these two ones are stomach. So they are pretty much stressed. This is less stress. And this is the liver, also stressed. Visual functions are less stressed in this case. So this is just one chart. You can also get all the meridians. So for example, all these meridians are relating to the large intestine. So you can see the stress level, or if there's actually lack of energy. And this picture shows you what you get. For example, this person has checked up here, she or he checked some substances, some supplements or nutrients to see which suited your body. And you can check up to 5 each time. And this picture here is a compilation of a summary of various treatments after each other. So for example, here's the throat. It started off with the first treatment, pretty stressful, less stress. And then this is the blood supply to the respiratory pathways, which were also stressed in the beginning. Less stress. And it goes through, you know, the adrenals, the visual, the gallbladder, the limbic system, knees, the oxygen uptake of the blood, thymus, brain, etc. So you will see how the parameters change accordingly. And there's also a chart where you can see trends, because in this case, you know, you might be stressed one day when you're doing the treatments and the evaluation. So that parameter might be stressed that day. But there's also another page that shows you the trends. So you can see how parameters are slowly moving towards the green, the balance, the harmony, and the functional state again. So it's very many different pages of information you get. And just to summarize all this information is that I mentioned it before, but what happens is when you do the treatment, there are different steps. So first you do the analysis, and it's very short, it's like 2 minutes long, and it gives you the energy level of the body and the stress level of the body and organs and systems. It gives you the status of the balance between the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system. It gives you the biorhythms and the balance of the brain hemispheres, and the physical, the mental, the emotional state of every organ and system in the body. And just imagine how much information that is. And when you've done that initial analysis or the evaluation, you would probably do what we call the stress test and stress correction, which is when you are checking if you have, for example, Candida, E. coli, pneumonia bacteria, flu viruses, any fungus, molds, intestinal parasites, all kinds of viruses, Bordetella, papilloma, swine flu, pathogens, etc., that cause respiratory colds or whatever, joint disease. So you can see in the system which ones are active at the moment. And you can check maximum 10 at a time, because otherwise you will tire the acupuncture points which are used to measure. You exhaust the energy if you go over 10 at a time. But you can check 10 every time, and then you deactivate them in minutes. And just to let you know, I had a friend who was diagnosed with papillomavirus in her uterus, and she was due in 3 days to get another checkup and also decide a date for her operation. So in these 3 days, I did a 3-day treatment on her, and I removed the papillomavirus, strengthened the immune system, and we did general correction on her. When she went back to the doctor after the 3rd day, and she took the new test, they did new tests on her, and the tests came back negative. The cancer was gone. And we are not, also here I like to say that if you have a disease or a physical disease, a mental disease, or any kind of disease, do see your doctor or your physiotherapist, because this is not a substitute for a doctor or medical care. So that was the medical disclaimer. And before that, you heard an example on what just happened with a friend of mine. So it's very effective to get rid of viruses and disease. You can get rid of pneumonia, which we did easily, and also as a preventive care, because the viruses usually get active before you get the symptoms. So it can be interesting just to see now and then what's going on in the body. And what it also can do is it can check which foods and supplements suit you, like we saw in the picture before. So you can check different kinds of brands of supplements, for example, or essential oils. And that's also another parameter which the system will tell you whether you check it manually or not. It will tell you which essential oils you need that time. And of course, then we do the symptom, you can do the symptom correction after the general correction. And the symptom correction, it's another facet, it's another part of the system where you can check any kind of symptom. It can be depression, it can be broken leg, it can be intestinal IBS, it could be urinary infection, it could be paralysis, it could be tics, it could be poor vision. Any symptom you can think of, you just type in the symptom in that section of the system, and then you put a couple of magnet strips on the box, and it will copy the frequencies you need in order to alleviate those symptoms. And that could be very helpful, because that could not, it's not, you can use it also for deactivating parasites, but it also frees up energy for the body to heal. So it can also be very helpful. And you can have like normalizing your heart, normalizing your immune system. So there are very many different parameters there too. So that was just summarizing the functions, and there are a lot of them. But the beauty is you don't have to know anything about this, how it works. The system does it all. So it's very informative. Loads of information. I mean, today's almost 1,200 results you get on functional states, on various symptomatic complexes or syndromes, and it can calculate disease risks. So you can actually see beforehand if there is a disease that might come later on. It's very fast. I mean, the diagnostic evaluation is only 2 minutes. The detection and correction of pathogen takes a few minutes. You can do that the long haul, but you can also comprise the time. So it only takes a few minutes. And of course, the general correction of the meridians and acupuncture points, that is between 20 to 40 minutes. You can choose whatever you like. So I usually do 20 minutes because I like things to go fast. And it's simple. It's very simple because all the information is in the system. So you don't have to know anything about how the meridians flow or where the acupuncture points are. All you need is some basic knowledge of working with a computer, really. And you need a computer with a flash card in Windows. And on tablets, you need a Windows 10 platform. On Apple, you need a Windows 10 emulation. So that's it. And the technical requirements are also on Lauren's website. So you can make sure that you have the right technical requirements before you get it. So it's a very comprehensive diagnostic evaluation tool that shows you the total value of a person's functional status as a biological system, including the meridian system covering 1,200 functional states in the body and offering a corrective treatment. So it's a perfect system for personal health checks and also if you want to correct any bodily weaknesses. But as I said before, very importantly, it shows you the energetic resources the body has or doesn't have, because the body really needs the energy in order to do any healing. So there are no contraindications or complications that have been detected. And it is universal in its application because it strengthens all the body's parameters and it restores the body's functional state of the body so it can heal itself. And also really wonderful for rejuvenation and scientifically proven to be very effective. It is used in the Russian healthcare system, in hospitals, in clinics. So it's now time for the Western world, we hope, to incorporate this in the daily practices. But let's see what happens. We'll start here and do it on an individual basis. But it is very helpful if you are a professional. So if you are a therapist, for example, if you are a chiropractor, acupuncturist, reflexologist, and neuropath, you can check how well your healing modality is working. You can combine it very easily with what you're doing already. And this system is really interesting for human resources departments because they can see, for example, if they have a job opening for a very demanding job, they can see if this person is mentally, emotionally fit for that job. And if the person is close to a nervous breakdown, so it can be very helpful for psychologists as well. For home users like you and me, it's a wonderful, easy to use tool. And you don't, as I mentioned, need to have any medical knowledge because the Monocle does all the job. You just have to press the buttons. So we've been doing selling this system in Sweden for some time now, and we are noticing that therapists, they're telling us that they are increasing their client base quite dramatically. And the sessions, the Monocle sessions, are very sought after. So if you are thinking of, setting up, or if you already have a practice, this could be a very interesting thing for you. So these are the technical requirements, which you also find on Lauren's website. You need a minimum processor speed of 1.66 gigahertz and a RAM memory of 4 gigabyte, an operative system for both PC and Mac with Windows 7, 8, or 10. You need a hard drive with a free capacity of 500 megabytes bytes, and one USB port. And you need a sound card for one port for the earphones. So you need just some basic knowledge of working on a computer. So how then do you use it? Well, you have the unit, you have the electrode clamps. And what you do is you attach the box to the USB cord and you attach it to your computer. And then you attach the electrodes, and then you fasten the electrodes, these ones, to your wrist, and you start the program. And they follow the steps in the user manual. And when you install the program, and if you think that is difficult, because you get the information how to install the program in a USB stick that comes with a package. But if you find it difficult, we have technical support for you who can install the system on your computer remotely. So no worries. And now we have a special offer. And the special offer is at almost 20% discount. So you get it for only $3,290. Regular price is over $4,000. And you can do 1 or 2 payment plans if you'd like. So just to give you a little bit of a picture, I mean, it is a great investment, but it's also an amazing thing you are getting. There are very big instruments that do parts. They do parts of what Monicor does, but they're very big and they're very difficult to handle. But they cost between $10,000 to $15,000. So when you compare what you get in this system to that kind of price, it is a bargain. It's really a great price. And not only do you get free technical support, of course, but also we have on a regular basis, we update the software and you get the updates for free because we are incorporating new frequencies for pathogens, for example. There will be even more added new functions. So all the softwares the software updates that we're making, you are getting them for free as well. And they are sent to you via a link to your email. So that, my friends, is a special offer, but we wanted to give you some really hefty bonuses to this offer too. So what you will get is the ebook, Effective Breathing for Modern People. And this contains a lot of really interesting information on how you can heal and rejuvenate your whole body, how you can release stress, and many more things. Some really interesting anaerobic exercises too is included in this book. And you will get a healing MP3 transmission from the Tubulin Healing Miracle program. And the nervous system is usually a system that first get imbalanced before there are any other imbalances in the body. So when you keep this one strong, it's much easier to keep everything else healthy. So in addition to that, you will get one of the most important modules from our other program called the 10 Steps to Rejuvenation. And that is the cardiovascular module, and it contains one video and one PDF explaining it all, and you will learn everything you need to know about how to maintain a healthy cardiovascular system. It's a really good module. And of course, you have access to our private Facebook group where you can ask any questions and get more information about our health concept. And in addition to that, you will get a 21-day live healing transmission from Boris, boosting your joy and happiness level. And this healing, it starts June 30th. So there's pretty nice bonuses for you. I do recommend you get a chance to enjoy.
Well, we have many testimonials on the Monicor, and many testimonials actually come from therapists who are using this wonderful system in their practice, and they have some pretty astounding results. For example, we have one Magnus and Eva who tells us that they had one male client who was snoring every night, and his snoring ended after only 2 balancing corrections with a Monicor. And that really was a big surprise to both him and his wife. And then they had a young female client with IBS, that is irritable bowel syndrome. And she's still undergoing treatment, but has experienced improvements after each treatment. And she's also treated with the Aquaton and the Monicor once a week. And after each session, she's problem-free for 3 to 4 days. So she's really pleased with having got rid of her bloated stomach and all the trouble she had there. We also have another therapist who tells us the following. She said, I treated a male client for his painful prostate problems. First, the general strengthening program. Thereafter, I used the symptom correction for prostatitis and also charged magnet strips with those frequencies. And he experienced great relief and his pain disappeared. She also says, I treated another client for lumbago with a symptom program and the problem disappeared, slightly returned after 24 hours. I treated it again, and thereafter the lumbago was completely gone. Another client suffered from cough and fevers back and forth for a month. And in the stress program, she eliminated the bacteria, viruses, and parasites that was causing this. And she also found various canine parasites
that was causing cough. And she found parasites and pathogens which were causing swine flu, and she could eliminate all of these. And the following night, this client or patient experienced heavy perspiration, and then things changed, and after a couple of days she was completely restored. She helped another woman with a urinary infection in the Symptom program, and she used the program called Qatar, and after a couple of sessions her urinary problems disappeared. And a female client with arthritis in her hip joints experienced relief after repeated treatments with Monicor, and she was treated several consecutive days. And in general, she says, most clients feel more alert after session. If they also have had parasites removed by the Monicor, their energy levels are increased. And she also says there was a boy of 11. He had very little motivation to go to school. And every day he expressed aversion to going to school. He didn't like it there and thought it was pointless and dull. And the mother had to bribe and urge him to go. And it was a very big problem for them. And the boy also had some ADHD issues. He received a 30-minute general treatment. I met him and his mother 2 months later, and they told me that after the Monicor treatment, he'd been happy and positive regarding school. He also said he felt more balanced. And we have another woman who tells us that I've been using the Monicor now for several months with astonishing results, and I can only say thank you, Boris. Wow, what an amazing aid it is. I've had health problems for 28 years after a horseback riding accident. Throughout these years, the symptoms have been many and serious, and gradually also secondary symptoms and unpleasant issues appeared caused by the original problem medications. The more help I received at the hospitals, the sicker I got. I just got worse and worse, and eventually I suffered from a burnout and became completely apathetic. I couldn't bear all pain any longer or the pointless life without any hope of improvement. I'd like to add, before I collapsed, I had spent years actively trying to improve my health and had sought many ways to find solutions. When I finally got in touch with Boris and his treatment methods, I was a wreck. Boris took time to show, explain, and patiently guide me through the health step by step, to guide me to health step by step. He had tools that gave immediate results, and he helped me understand that no matter what the problem is, I could help myself, and I don't have to depend on others for help. I now have the knowledge and my wonderful tools. I take command of my situation. I feel completely assured that I will make it. With the help of these tools, I'm now able to treat myself when I want to and as much as I need to. Also, previously I had positive results from Boris treatment methods, but since I bought the Monicor, everything accelerated. I'm able to treat myself on a much deeper level for issues or imbalances I even didn't know I had. Viruses are gone in a snap, where conventional medicine often is without a clue. And I've been able to detox my body from many unnecessary strains. My sleep problems are gradually disappearing, and my IBS is improving day by day. I have much less pain, feel psychologically well, and haven't been sick, not even a runny nose since Monicor came into my life. Amazing. I've also been able to quit all medications. I feel stronger than I felt in a very long time, and feel so secure in the knowledge that I'm able to be one step ahead and able to strengthen myself and my immune system before problems manifest. So this goes on and on and on. And she ends with, thank you, Boris, for showing me the way to a long and healthy life. I would never have done it without you, Helena Tubulin. I could keep on going. We have one wonderful customer, Ingrid. She's 100 years old. And she says, after 1 week of Monicor treatments, I'm much more alert and feel stronger. And the best thing is that my sleep has improved immensely and that I have more energy. And she's 100 years old.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the testimonials are really amazing because it's the work, it's the field work that actually is showing us how beneficial this device is. When people are working with it and using it, because we only have a few more minutes here, when people bring this into their life, how easy is it to learn and then use?
It's a software program, so you need to have some basic knowledge about running a computer. It's very easy to use if you want help with the installation of the software, which comes on a USB stick together with your package. We will help you to do that remotely. So we can do all the installation for you. We have tech support for you. You can always mail me or our tech directly if you have any sort of questions. So it's very logical. It's just, you know, pressing the right kind of buttons. You get the manual so you can see what to do step by step, but everything is already in the system. So you just need to know, do I need to start the program? Do I need the, first you need to do the general analysis to see the functional status of your body. And then it's very logical which the next step is, because the system tells you. So you don't have to know any complicated stuff about how to run a software program. You don't need to know how the meridians or the acupuncture points or the organs work or where they're situated, because every information, everything is in the system. So it's running by itself. You just need to push the right button to the next step, and it's self-explanatory. Everything in the chart that you see is clickable, explaining what it is. So you have all the information there. You just need to be able to push a button, and we can help you with the installation. So if you know how to work on your computer, if you know how to access your email, you will learn this. Maybe it will take, let's say, 3, 4, 5 times, but it's like anything you need to learn in the beginning when it's new. But after maybe 4 or 5 times, you know exactly what to do. I mean, I've been using this now for over a year, and it's just so fast. I do all the different steps in 20 minutes. So it's like having breakfast after a while.
Okay, very good. All right. So, Boris, would you like to add anything about this beautiful product and why you're on such a deep mission for it?
Förstod du frågan, Boris?
Nej, översätt.
Vill du lägga till någonting om varför du tycker det här systemet är så fantastiskt?
Absolut. Jag älskar det system på grund av den visar kroppens dynamik hela tiden. Hur förändras kroppen? Ja? Och då vi kan i förväg se vilka förändringar, korrigera dem. Om de inte korrigeras så måste korrigera igen och igen tills det blir bra. Så på det sättet vi kan undvika sjukdomar. På grund av att vi ser i realtid vad händer med kroppen. Förstår du? Så därför vi hela tiden korrigerar och sen vi kan förebygga sjukdomar.
Yeah. So thank you. So what Boris says, the beauty of this system, and I maybe haven't mentioned that so much, is that because the body is constantly changing, and after each correction, the general correction, all the parameters of the body is changing, is improving. And we can see from treatment to treatment how the changes are being done, how the improvements are coming along in every system, in every organ. So as we are correcting with the Monicor, our body, our system and organs, we can actually follow the improvements being done. And there's also a chart that tells us the trends. So we can see not only specific improvements, treatment by treatment, we can also see the general trend for a body area. So it has many different ways of telling us where we are at the moment. So the analysis we do is at the very second you do the analysis, and then you do the correction, you can see how much better the body has become in different parameters. And you can also see the different parts of the correction, how it is improving. For example, each 5 minutes, if you do for a 20 or 30 minute session, you can see every 5 minutes at the end, you can see how things changed. And you can see from one day to the other as well. So you see it in real time, and then you can compare with new treatments, the improvements that have been done. So that is really amazing, fantastic proof of how it works, because it tells you where the improvements have been done and how fast they have been done. Maybe you will find also in the trends that there's a specific area that needs more treatment than other areas. So you will learn an immensely so much about how your body works, and how effective the treatments are.
So that was Boris.
Yes, and very importantly, he wants to add that this is the most perfect way if you want to prevent disease, because the information you get is so advanced, it's so fine, that if you would go to a doctor, they wouldn't find these things. This is just really pre-conditioned. So it's a very, very wonderful preventive tool.
Beautiful. What a very effective and beautiful tool for people in their own lives, and for health practitioners, for those in the healing arts that want to assist and be of service. It is a beautiful tool, really a beautiful, almost a quantum biofeedback tool, just because
Yes, it
what
is.
it shows us in our bodies. Yeah.
And also, if you already are a therapist and maybe you're working with massage or something else, or healing, you can actually in real time see the effectiveness of what you already are doing in healing or essential oil therapy or whatever. So you can tell, you can really give your customer, your patient, proof, black on white, this is exactly why my treatments to you are so good for you, or maybe we need to correct something, you know. So
yes.
It has a function.
So people being able to see their body's response to the treatment, that is really very, very cool and very valuable. See, that's really great. So what a beautiful product. And there is a special offer that's available. You've talked about that in your presentation?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm going to edit this part out. Good. So that is there, and we thank you so much for making this available to everyone, and thank you everyone for opening up to this beautiful tool, and see how we can really change the world with this leading edge technology. Boris, I want to say thank you for bringing this forward to our planet. It's extraordinary.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And thank you, Annette. Thank you for your beautiful presentation and explaining it so well. Thank you.
Thank you, Lauren. And thank you so much for having us on your great show. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys, thank you. I've got to run, but I appreciate your time today.
We appreciate your time.
Okay.
Okay, take care.
All right, take care. Bye-bye. Thank you for listening to this quantum conversation, and thank you for dancing with us to the cosmic heart. As we raise our own vibration, we raise the vibration of the planet. This show is dedicated to you and all awakening hearts, as we are here to shine our bright light and amplify our love. Access all quantum conversations, special offers from our guests, and online healing retreats by visiting acoustichealth.com. I'm Loren Gailey, and from my sacred heart to yours, I honor your magnificent love and light. We leave you now with music from the universe. Music literally created by the universe, as musical notes were assigned to mathematical equations. The result is this beautiful music, available at acoustichealth.com. Namaste.